We are here with Kurt Pearson of Compass Financial again. And Kurt, we're going to talk a little bit about credit cards today, which normally get a bad rap from folks like you. But nevertheless, they can do some good things for you, can't they?
Yeah, there are some definite positives, especially with the area of convenience, sometimes the free perks. And one of the positives that kind of came out recently with the flooring gallery issue, you know, they closed down, is if you put a down payment or a deposit on a credit card and the product or service is not delivered yet, and the company closes its doors, like what happened with Flooring Gallery, that deposit is not the responsibility of the consumer, but it's the responsibility of the credit card company. And I know of a particular case where that actually came to fruition, where a sizable down payment had been made using a credit card, but the consumer won't be responsible for that. The credit card company will have to try to collect from the actual vendor. So,
okay, other than you telling us this right now, how in the world would we know that? Is that in the fine print? It's in the fine print
in our credit card agreements. So just a heads up for everyone to think about that. I mean, it refreshed my own memory so that if I'm making a down payment for a product or service that will be delivered at some point in the future, I'm going to use my credit card regularly for that instead of a personal check or cash, obviously, or a debit card. A credit card is the only place where this works. So that's one of the positives that you don't often hear about, but just came back in front of me again recently.
Okay, and then, you know, there's another good example of why you should read the fine print. I know a lot of us take those credit card agreements and we just, you know, you sign it and you pitch it and you get your card, right? We're all concerned about interest rate, and that's the only thing. Exactly.
Well, the interest rate is important to take a look at. It's also important to weigh your credit card usage against other net worth details and, of course, your debt-to-income ratios. Most professionals out there would say you want a 25% debt-to-income ratio. Well, most of the people that I know who are living at that place don't feel very much freedom, and they're fairly frustrated. So I would back that down even to 10 to 15%. So it's very important that you manage your debt correctly, and that, of course, includes the credit cards.
Okay, and it's good, say, for a young person starting out, it's a good way to establish credit as well.
It really can be, of course, used properly.
Used wisely.
Used wisely. Pay it off on a regular basis, only use it for certain items. Of course, the whole dangers of the credit card area are we're often using it out of convenience to buy lifestyle items or depreciating items. So eventually the item wears out, but we may still be paying on the use of that item. So it's very important to think through how we're using that particular area of credit.
Okay. News you can use. Aren't you glad you tuned in this morning? Kurt Pearson at Compass Financial. If you'd like to get a hold of Kurt, he's a good financial planner. Here's the information right here, telephone number and web address as well. Kurt, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
It's good to be here.